know thy fellow Toastmasters through music. Okay? And let's take a little tour of our fellow Toastmasters' musical minds. Okay? Prepared speeches. And for the benefit of the guests, let me explain. As per the requirement of every project, speakers write out a speech and deliver it. They are then evaluated and receive constructive feedback. So, we still don't have the timer.
Yeah.
He's going to be the timer. So, can you please explain the rules for the prepared speech?
Okay, for the prepared speech, we displaying the green card at 5 minutes, the yellow card at 6 minutes, and the red card at 7 minutes.
Our first speaker is going to be DTM Dev. He's being evaluated by TM Rohini. So I request you to read out the objectives of this speech.
Good evening, everyone. Once again.
Good evening.
So Dev is going to perform his P5 in level 1 P5. Yes. Now he's going to demonstrate his ability to deliver an effective, respectful speech. Yeah. Yeah, it's given that. Yeah. It's not respectful? I'm gonna cut the marks.
Okay, thank you. DTM Dev has an adventurous ear. He enjoys rock, heavy metal, country, and blues depending on his mood. Favorite genre? Rock. Favorite artist? A dynamic mix. Bon Jovi, Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Bryan Adams on one end. Lobo, Randy Travis, Simon and Garfunkel on the other. And of course, Indian greats like Yeshudas, Hariharan, Shreya Ghoshal and Chitra. He's not just a listener, he's also tried his hand at music. In school, he's learned the mridangam, tabla, Congo drums, and now he owns an African djembe. Djembe, is that the Yembe? Okay. He also dabbled in the guitar for a few years. His pathway is team collaboration, level 1, project 5, and the speech title is All Seats Are Taken. Welcome, DTM Dev.
Good evening, everybody. Have you ever traveled on a RTA bus either in Dubai or in Abu Dhabi? Show of hands. Okay, a few. Do you remember the kind of buses that we have back in our country? Because when I came to UAE, this was a completely different experience. You're waiting for the bus, and the bus slowly slides into the bus park. The doors slide open. Back home, if you have to get into the bus, it's almost like climbing a coconut tree. But this one is like, you actually have to step down. It's a low floor bus. So I had my first experience. I stepped into the bus, and that's when I realized all seats are taken. I don't have a seat. So muscle memory kicked in. I wanted to hold on to something, and that's when I realized that there were not too many poles, and almost everything was covered again by humanity who were in my similar position. The closest one, there was a rather large individual, shaped like the organizational structure of a multinational company. So leaning against it in one hand. This was many years ago. There was one hand, there was a BlackBerry, other hand had a Chinmudra, and I moved towards, and then I realized there's no way I can hold. There's no steel visible. So it takes a few seconds, and the bus takes off. Now remember, everybody is seated. Some people are holding on to steel poles, and I'm standing like this. So when I'm standing like this, I resemble a tiny T-Rex looking for food. The bus takes off, and it's a sudden takeoff. So what do you think is going to happen?
T-Rex starts.
Yeah. Everybody is seated, including the driver. The bus goes forward, and I go backwards. It's physics. And I go and bang against the metal body of the bus. Metal is a stable element. I have a body which has got bones that move. And when my body goes and hits a metal part of a bus, there's going to be a sound which is like cling, because I mean, you know which part hits first. And suddenly I realized that I collect myself. I realize that I'm sitting in the lap of a grown man. I haven't done that in a long time. If my memory serves me right, I was in the kindergarten. So I jumped up, and this guy, he extends his hands and says, "It's okay." I doubted his generosity for some reason. I moved forward like another hungry, tiny T-Rex. No seats. The bus driver takes off, the bus stops, people get in, people get off. There's a couple on my right hand side, they're arguing loudly. There's a man on the phone, he's talking to somebody else. Somebody else in the front of the bus is snoring away to glory. All this is happening, and the driver this time stops. Now remember my position. What do you think is going to happen? This bus stops. Everybody sitting inside the bus, they are seated, and I am like this. So I go, I take off in the other direction, and I jump right next to the bus driver. And the bus driver, he doesn't even look at me. I almost land on top of his gear lever. And the only thing he says, without taking his eyes off the road, he says, "You want to drive?" I sincerely believe that he's used to people landing there whenever he slams on the brakes. Maybe. And that's when I realized, while all this commotion is happening, there is one young gentleman with his headphones sitting, probably had the same kind of imbalance that I had. Everything that he was holding on, his bag, his mobile phone, everything fell down. Some papers and files. So while I was embarrassed, really embarrassed because I fell down, this guy, he had a smile on his face. He was listening to music. And he seemed completely unperturbed by all that is happening. It was like, his music was euphoric to his ears, and he was completely forgotten about all that was happening around. He collected everything, got back into his seat, looked outside, and continued with his journey. Let's freeze this particular moment in time, take a couple of steps back and look at it from a different angle. You have a bus that is going forward. It stops, it pauses, it executes curves. Sometimes people get in, and sometimes people get off. You may have a seat, you may not have a seat. Sometimes a stranger might offer his lap, and without their intentions. And then you have people who are arguing, who are sleeping, who are working, people lost in thoughts. Amongst all this, there was one person who had completely oblivious to all this is happening and having a good time. And that's when I realized this bus journey is literally a slice of life. And we're all passengers on that bus. And some of us are busy. Sometimes it smells weird. Sometimes it's silent. Sometimes some people sleep through the whole journey. But this one particular young person, he got my attention because, in spite of all that is happening beyond his control, he was enjoying his journey. He had a smile on his face. He was looking, he's taking in the view from the windows, and he was completely unbothered about what is happening around. Isn't it true? What happens in the beginning and in the end, that's just the beginning and the end. What really happens is in the mid part. If you are a traveler on a bus, what would you do? I wish you had the same smile that I saw on the face of that guy. Back to you.
Our next speaker is TM Saritha. Her evaluator is TM Sunitha. Can you please explain the objectives of the project?
Good evening once again. The purpose of the project which Toastmaster Saritha is doing is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring, and the purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspects of a previous experience as a protege. All the best to you, Saritha.
DTM Dev, you still have to sing a song. You haven't done that yet. Later. Okay. Okay, TM Saritha has a deep love for classical music. Her favorites include Dakshinamurti Swami's works and timeless Alai Payude Kanna. She listens to Malayalam songs from the 90s, especially by Yeshudas and Janaki Amma. When it comes to Hindi music, Kumar Sanu is her top choice. Her pathway is motivational strategy, level 2, project 3, and the title is My Transformational Journey. Welcome, TM Saritha.
A mentor is someone who sees talent and ability within you than yourself, right? And mentor will help you to bring out all your abilities out of you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and future Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Do you remember the first day of my, that means Toastmasters club?
Yes.
Anyone remember that?
I remember your first speech.
Okay, I entered into the room with a very shaking hands. I'm sweating and nervous. Then one charming lady, she opened the door and she hugged me and yeah, you Saritha, welcome. Toastmaster Nisha just called me now. Didn't come like he told. Then, you know, I am not saying the name of that means that charming lady, but I will. Okay, so I feel so comfortable in that moment because I looked around the room, then I can see the smile in every face. Yeah, you can smile. Devlal, you can smile. Yeah. Okay. Then I comfortable and Dr. Kadrek also was very smiling. Yeah, very smiling face. And someone, I think that day our TM Modi was saying like Sujita ma'am. No, same. Okay. Then, yeah, she said that you can introduce yourself. Then I stood up. But I couldn't say any words because I was so much nervous. But that day then icebreaker. Then before that, someone introduced that you have one mentor here. Luckily, I got my mentor, TM Sunitha. So actually, she helped me to find out the path, and every time if I can call her or I can message her at any time, she has the mentality to help me till now also. Okay, so I am so blessed to have like one mentor like TM Sunitha. So then coming to next part, I met DTM Devlal in one meeting. He told me, Saritha, 90% of Toastmasters, they are following the same way. Because your path, I already know, motivational strategy. And your speech, same, embrace the change and confidence. Everything related to that, 90% of people are doing same. Can you try another that means another way. Then in that way, DTM Dev also is my mentor. And you know, when table topics, my listening skill is very poor. Because I am comfortable in, see, if I am familiar with the subject or any topic, I am so much comfortable. But other than that subject, you are laughing, I know, last table topics, right? Yeah, something related to stress and peace. Dr. Kadrak was the table topics master. I remember. Yeah, but Kadrak, he given the topic, yeah, 2-3 times he read the topic's name, but I couldn't. So, have you seen the film Bahubali? One character is there, Kalakeya. Because, no, what is this? So, no, I am not saying you are the Kalakeya. One language is there, Kiliki. I felt that language was speaking. So, I was so much, I couldn't speak anything. But you explained to me many times. Saritha, this is the topic you want to speak. But at last, no, I couldn't. In that way, Dr. Kath is also mentor. Because he tried it too. That means enhance my listening skill. See, everyone in Toastmaster, in one way or other way, they are like mentors. In daily life, we are seeing, that means the people who are surrounded by us. They are actually like mentors. We are copying some qualities like they both humors and your cuteness and dedication. Toastmaster Sunita's maturity and dedication, and Toastmaster Rohini's cuteness, and yes, of course, Toastmaster Anu's perfection.
Oh, wow.
Everything we need to imitate. The thing is that we have a mindset to accept the people who are around us. Thank you.
Saritha, few lines.
Which one?
Songs.
Did I forget a line?
I will sing. मेरे नैना सावन बादो फिर भी मेरा मन प्यासा फिर भी मेरा मन प्यासा मेरे नैना सावन बादो फिर भी मेरा मन प्यासा फिर भी मेरा मन प्यासा. After the speech, it is so difficult.
Let me think. One moment.
She's giving the music also.
Orchestra I have.
Only the lyrics should come here.
No, it's a very old one, 70s. So.
Okay.
I don't know.
Once I tried to sing the song and my daughter told me it gives me uncle vibes. Stop.
I should have brought you.